She is super sweet, super lovely, and always welcoming. She loves playing a variety of games ranging from horror, survivals, even adventure games, and beyond. Tonight, we're gonna talk about her beginnings on Twitch, what games she likes and dislikes, and even more. So please welcome Rose, aka lilrosevamp, to this new episode. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Blue. Thanks for having me.
Of course. The first segment is called The Road to Twitch and Gaming, and I always forget to mention that, but the first question I always ask my guests is, how are you doing today?
I'm well. I'm nervous, but well.
Yeah, you don't have to be nervous, trust me. It's all gonna be good.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go down memory lane. Do you remember, or can you tell us how you discovered Twitch, how you decided to become a streamer, and a little bit about the channel, please?
Yeah, I really discovered Twitch at first, mostly like when I was playing video games and stuff, and people would have like TTV in their name, and I was like, oh, that's Twitch. So I'd go over there and check out their channels and stuff. I really didn't start taking Twitch too seriously, because I was just random at first. But then one of my favorite streamers, his name's Cap00, he does YouTube and Twitch, and that's really when I started getting into Twitch more, because he streams 2 days a week, and that's really when I started falling in love with Twitch and the communities and everything. And he's actually one of the people who inspired me to start doing this. He has a wonderful community. He's a great guy, and for me, streaming was always like a dream that I've never really fulfilled, I guess you could say, and I'm finally doing it, and I'm so hyped for it. I love it, and I wouldn't change anything about it. Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of where it started.
So you started just directly on Twitch, because most of my previous guests either started off of either watching someone on YouTube or Facebook Live, or they did try give it a go on Facebook Live or YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch was the first thing I started with.
Yeah, okay.
Because I watched him on YouTube first, and then when I realized he was also streamed on Twitch, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Then that's really when I started loving Twitch more, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, and like I said, I love that guy. He's amazing. He inspired me to do it, and he was actually really huge in backing me when I made that decision. His and his community, part of my community is also part of his community, because I've met so many wonderful people through it. And they all really backed me really hardcore in the beginning. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I remember you also mentioning or saying that you started streaming recently. And by recently, I mean around kind of mid last year, if I'm correct?
Yes. If I remember correctly, I don't think I remember the date, but I think I started streaming at the very end of June last year. So not even a full year yet.
Okay.
I think June 29th?
Yeah, but I think, do you know exactly when your affiliate anniversary is? Because some people don't.
I got my affiliate in a week and a half. I know it's sometime early June. I think it's maybe June. It's anywhere between June 8th to maybe June 10th. It's somewhere in that line. I don't remember the exact date. I literally have to go through my email and find the affiliate email. But
You don't need to do that. You can always go into your dashboard. You can know there.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
If you go to your dashboard.twitch.tv, there's a lot of things like home, stream manager, alerts, analytics, community, content, monetization, and settings. There's stream, and then there's channel. if you click on channel, there's about, brands, schedule, featured content. There's stream events. In stream events, it will tell you your affiliate anniversary settings.
Oh my god! Yeah, I just looked at it. It's July 9th.
Okay.
July 9th.
Mine, you can even like change it. You can set it yourself, and it will tell like viewers will be notified that it's your affiliate anniversary when entering your stream a day before and during and after that day. Like you could also edit it. You could also change it. Yeah. So once sometimes you might see like a celebration hat icon next to someone's username on Twitch, or when you go into their chat, sometimes it's like happy affiliate. That's how it tells people.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those before, and I think they're so cute.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you exactly do about the in the channel, like on your channel? Like, what do you play mostly? What games? What's the vibe?
I mostly play like survival games, horror games. I do like laid back, silly games like Repo and stuff. Yeah, pretty much. That's all my whole channel, you know, but I'm always growing and expanding and wanting to add stuff to it, you know? So I'm pretty much down for almost anything.
Yeah, I also will be mentioning Dead by Daylight down the line, but for now, where...
Yeah, that's a popular one on my channel.
Yeah, where did the name lilrosevamp come from? Like, what's the lore behind it?
Okay, so do you remember back in like the old days when MySpace was a thing and MSN and people always wanted to have really cool names? Well, this name is a variation of that because it used to be really long and extra complicated. I think at one point it was like Little X Emo X Vamp X Ash, or then eventually I was like, that's too long and I'm gonna not remember that. So I was playing with it. And then I was like, you know what? Little Rosevamp sounds easier. So essentially, little is meaning, and they all mean different things to me in that sentence. Because one, little is I'm the littlest in my family. I'm the third child, and people always called me little, even though I'm not. Rose is because I love that name, and it's also my favorite flower. And then vampires because I just love vampires. So Little Rosevamp, and that's just kind of where it came from.
That's cool. Sometimes people kind of like me in the past, I'm trying to just say it correctly. Sometimes people call you Lil or Lily or Vamp. Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah. Everyone's got their own interpretation of the name, so I'm fine with it. Because I actually know another streamer. She always calls me Lily Rosevamp, even though it's Little Rosevamp. But I was like, that just sounds so cute. So I'm just gonna let her have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most things like that really don't bother me.
Yeah. Do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed?
Stranded Deep. With my buddy Steele.
Nice.
I remember that, and that was painful. This is my first stream, and I remember when we played it the first time it crashed. Then when we had to restart, and something happened to the world, and it didn't save it, and we had to start all the way over.
Oh wow, yeah. I hate when that happens sometimes.
That happened on my very first stream.
Oh wow.
And we couldn't keep it going because it just kept it did that. And then we tried to reload it again to see if it would work before stream the next day, and it was gone again. And we were like, we can't do this. And so we decided to do Green Hell instead.
Which is kind of what you were playing today before we recorded. Yeah. Green Hell, if I remember correctly, and please correct me, Green Hell is kind of similar to Sons of the Forest or The Forest.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that. I've played The Forest, and I did play Sons of the Forest, but I never got all the way through it.
I finished it once it came out, and then like even before they fully released it, like completed it, because it was released, and then back in the day it was there was someone that beat it in 8 minutes, because upon release, like the moment or like the week or the month it released, it didn't have that much content, you know, and then someone took like speed ran it or did a speed run and stuff, and he beat it in like 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes. So that's the word.
How?
I don't know. I don't know if they're still counting this as legit, or if they like if you know what I mean. Like, did they? I don't know if they kept his record. If they
Right.
consider it like
Like official?
not official anymore after release. But yeah, because he didn't like mess around. He just went straight into caves, finished the story missions and stuff, and then the full game release, and I finished it like twice, and I love playing it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so something about Rose, guys, that you should know. She's known for really being wholesome, amazing, supportive, kind, and loving, regardless of her playing certain games, certain toxic games, such as Dead by Daylight. Before I ask you those questions, I remember how we met. Like, I don't even know how you crossed paths with Hama Pants, but this is where we met. And you lingered ever since. Like, you recently followed or met Hama, and we played together with Hama in Dark Water.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. What are your experiences with Dead by Daylight, considering it's known to be a magnet for toxic people and very bad players?
Well, if you're gonna play it with a 4-man squad, people that you know are going to enjoy the game. Solo queuing sucks because the level of toxicity in that game, it's out there, definitely. And I try so hard to keep it fun, and no matter what happens, I'm not gonna say that there aren't times where I don't get a shitty killer, because we all do. And there are times that I'm like, this guy's an asshole. And I remember, and sometimes they do stream snipe. They're really bad about that, especially if they're the killer. I actually had that happen, I think like a month and a half ago. The guy was literally in my chat, and I was like, dude, you're stream sniping, because he knew where I was every second of the game. And I hate that. But I try so hard to keep it fun and positive, and I feel like if you play with a group of friends and you're all having fun with it, it just makes it better. Personally,
Yeah.
for me, that's my experience in it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not gonna have bad times, because you will.
Yeah.
But if you can find, like I said, a 4-man group, and you all know each other well enough, and you're all playing together and making it fun, it can be an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Do you have any, do you want, or I don't know if that also counts as, or if it's considered me repeating myself, but do you have any bad memories, and do you have any good memories in the game? You can give both options.
Oh god, I think I have more bad memories than anything. I mean, other than like the camping and the tunneling and sometimes like in the post-game chat, especially if you're on a PC, people can say some really mean shit. And it's never
Yeah.
fun. Oh god. But good memories, I count the good memories too, because I've met a lot of amazing people through that game,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest, and they're people that I play with regularly, so it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Every now and again you'll find a good apple, and I found a couple of them, and I love those guys to death.
Yeah. True.
There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for them, So
True.
like, you gotta look for those. So I feel like with that game, you have to look for those silver linings, even if it's really hard.
Yeah. But how did you decide on what content you're gonna be streaming or playing?
I just kind of go with the flow, I guess, sometimes. I try not to think too hard on it, because if I do, then I'll second guess myself. So like, or there will be times that I'll throw an idea out there, and if I get enough people to run a game, then we'll do that. Because I mean, I like a range of things. I like survival, I like horror games, I like thrilling, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just kind of pick from a list of games that I have, and I just kind of go from there,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I try to keep it as simple as possible, because me and my ADHD brain, I'll overthink everything, and then I'll be like, oh, this isn't going to be good, and then I'll be stuck in a loop.
Yeah. Yeah. I get distracted a lot sometimes.
Same.
I even like repeat myself on stream because I'm might have said something before and then I forget that I said it, or I forget that there's sometimes stream delay and that people might need time to answer, or I don't know, like
Exactly.
it happens. Yeah. Um,
Oh God, I'm
so
so bad at that.
yeah. So what are your limits regarding your streams besides having or like banning bots and graphic artists? What would kind of, let's say, piss you off? What's the big no-no in chat? What's allowed? What could get someone banned?
Someone being a straight up bully to anyone in my chat. Someone aggressively trolling, somebody who is nothing but hatred, essentially, will get you banned. Pretty much. It's things like that, you know, because I don't allow that level of toxicity in my chat, period. And I've had some toxicity people up in there from time to time. And it happens. It's going to happen, but I mean, I just try to keep my stream as positive as I can get it. You know, I want everyone to be there to feel safe and have a good time. But essentially anything like that, please don't. I don't know where people get that validation that they can be that way. It's just, it's no fun for anybody when you're like that.
Yeah. So how many hours per week or day in general do you spend on Twitch?
Oh, a lot. I am guilty of that. I normally will have, because I can only have one streamer up on my phone at a time, so sometimes when I'm at work and I'm in the back, I'll have one of y'all streams pulled up there. If I'm at home, I will have like 6 or 7 tabs opening to keep my friends' streams going, you know, get those view counts up and support them and pop in and out, you know.
Yeah.
So most of my time, I'm not going to lie, most of my time, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. So let me ask you now, what games you cannot stand playing, or you don't see yourself playing, or you would never touch?
So far, there's only one game on stream I said I will not play, and that is The Last of Us 2. I can't do it.
2 specifically?
2 specifically, yes. I played it.
The first one you're okay with, but the second one,
yeah,
no.
the second one, I can't do it.
Is there a reason?
I played the second one. Oh, it was just, for me, I think it's hard facing the ugly truth of the game. To be honest, it was too much for me. Because like when I played that game, when it first came out, that game made me rage. It made me cry. It made me feel so many things, and I don't think I could handle that on stream. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
You know, because that game makes you really face the ugly truth of life, because you go from Ellie being this sweet girl who's just trying to navigate, and it turns her into everything you don't want her to be. And that's what life can do to you. And then when she really comes to full circle, she almost comes to full circle too late.
Yeah.
And that just really broke my heart.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about a lot of things in so many different perspectives that I can't do it. I was like, because I played the first one a while back ago on stream and people loved it. And people were like, are you going to play the second one? And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
And there was another game recommendation a friend of mine wanted me to play, and I shot him down immediately because I am terrified of snakes. Terrified, like can't do it. So I think it was a game called like Devoured or
Forewarned.
It's like a game about. I'm not really sure. It's like you're trying to avoid this giant snake from eating you, and you kind of have to survive and figure out how to like evade it. No, I could never.
Yeah, but no, there's like because when you mention snakes, there's a game similar to Phasmophobia called Forewarned, but basically it doesn't have snakes all the time. There are certain maps with snakes, but most of them are with mummies, and you have to banish the mummies and find clues. And yeah, it's in Egypt. It's more fun than Phasmo, and I love it.
Yeah, I would be, to be honest. The game I was playing today has snakes, and my buddy Steele. Let me tell you something. I make him kill all of them. I won't go anywhere near it. He is permanently on snake duty.
Oh.
I'm not terrified. Won't do it.
Yeah. So to the new people out there who are listening and probably are thinking of streaming or maybe have started streaming, what's one advice you want to give them?
Oh gosh. I mean, if it's something you really, really want to do, I say give it a chance and go for it. Because for me, this was a dream and it was on the back burner for so long. Because I was like, because I always like self-doubted myself a lot. Because I was like, well, what if no one tunes in? What if nobody wants to watch me play a game? You know what I'm saying? Like all those thoughts were always winning. But like I told you earlier, and you know, when I was actively watching people all the time on Twitch, I realized that it's once you get out there and you start building your community, and sometimes it's going to be a slow process. You're not going to get everything you want instantly. It's not going to happen. So like just take your time, really think it through, and I just say go for it. If it's something you're passionate about, people will see that and it'll come across on the screen and they'll be like, oh my god, this person really, really loves what they do. You know, and people will start trickling in over time. I mean, so I say go for it and give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then you know it's not for you, but at least you can say you tried. Because I think the biggest thing holding most people back is fear, and that was mine for the longest time, was fear. But I was like, you know what? Because when I started, I was scared. Really scared. I was super nervous, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I had some people behind me, and they were helping me figure out how to set up everything, and it was an incredible experience. I would. Normally I rant for 84 years and some people have to reel my ass in. Whoops.
No worries. Yeah. I mean, it's all good. There is a lightning round that I usually do. It's like not technically a lightning round, but it's more like something that I called lightning round, but it's more of like pop quiz, general questions. That we will be. This is segment 2. This is what we're gonna be doing now.
All right.
Okay. So, do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine, or like something you always like to do, or maybe something you started doing recently?
Like what?
Some people say like I must have coffee every day, otherwise my day wouldn't start. For example, or maybe I have to check my phone once I wake up, stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, I'll mostly start my day with coffee. And then I'll immediately load up my Twitch and I'll have one of my buddies up on Twitch. That's how I start my morning. Every morning. Coffee and Twitch, man. And whatever I decide for breakfast.
Yeah. If you ever were to be any object or creature, that creature being real or fictional, what would you be and why?
Oh, God. You could be anything. Oh, my Lord. That's a tough one, actually. You know, this is gonna sound silly, but I kind of sort of would like to know what it's like to be a cat.
Oh, wow.
Kind of, yeah, because I mean, I have 2 of my own, and they just laze around all day, and they have zoomies, and they get to take naps all day. Like, I wonder what that would be like, just having somebody take care of you, and you don't have to do anything. I guess. A domesticated house cat. Why not?
Yeah. If you could stay one age forever, what age would you choose?
Oh, jeez, Blue, where do you come up with these questions?
Oh, these are very deep.
Oh, God. What age?
You don't have to
I'd
specify. You could probably say like maybe early 20s, late 20s, early 10s, late 10s, for example.
Okay, 'cause that narrows it down because I mean,
Yeah, I know what you feel or
I'd
mean.
probably say
Yeah.
I'd probably say like maybe like mid-20s or so, like maybe around like 25.
Yeah.
I feel like 25, 26, because I feel like that's when things started in my life getting better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say around there, to be honest.
Yeah, fair. What would you do with $1 million?
Oh, I think the first thing I would do is pay off any debt I have and my husband's debt. Whatever we have, just pay that off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably like invest it
Nice.
and
Yeah.
probably, yeah, because investing, I think that's kind of where it's at, like start building a portfolio and stocks and stuff to keep it rolling. And I'd probably settle on maybe finding like some small property and build my dream house.
So this is kind of like a related question in some sort. Which of these three things would you give up if you ever had to? Like you had no other choice. Money, gaming,
Okay.
or love? And by love, I mean like probably having a partner or something.
I mean, personally, if I could give up money, I would. Because I feel like money is a good thing and it's a necessity for survival. And it revolves around everything. But like if money was no object or an issue, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd probably give up money. Because money, even though it's it's technically a necessity, but like I said, money can turn people nasty. And it's out there every day, I feel like money is a corruption tool sometimes, but also a necessary one. But like if I
Yeah.
could live my life and not have to worry about money, I'd give up money. And if I could just live a simple life, I'd be happy with that. Personally. I
Yeah.
would.
So what's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh Lord. Do I really even have one? My mind just went blank and I can't think of any. Oh my god.
I mean, you
You-
could always
you
skip
go.
the question if you'd like.
I'm really trying to think. I actually can't think of any that come to mind. I mean,
I
just-
don't mind. Like as I said, you can if you blank
Yeah.
out, you can skip
Yeah,
it. I don't mind.
I totally just blanked out because I'm trying to think. Like, I'm pretty simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, unless you do something that really gets on my nerves, I'm pretty simple. I can't think of one. And I can't think of one.
Yeah.
I guess just overall, just being a decent person, I guess. Just, I guess decency.
Fair. Mine would
If I had to
be like lying out of place. Like if you're like
That's a good one.
if you're like white lies, I don't mind. If you're lying just to get out of a situation that you don't want to be mean about it or rude to the person about it, that's understandable. But if you're like lying just because you want to be mean or hurt people or stuff like that, that's a big no. Like honesty and communication
Yeah,
always work with me.
you right there. Lying is actually one of the biggest ones. If I had to think about it, I didn't think about it like that. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't know where to start. But no, lying is a big no-no with me.
Yeah.
Because the way I feel about any situation is honesty is the best policy. And I feel like if you create a lie, you're creating this giant web, and then you have to keep up with this fabricated story that doesn't need
Yeah.
to be there. Because like I understand honesty. Because I feel like no matter what it is, whether you're being dishonest or honest, someone's gonna get hurt no matter what you do.
Mm,
So I'd rather be honest with someone
Yeah.
and tell them than like roll out that dishonesty. So yeah, actually, that's a good one, Blue,
It-
and I agree with you.
yeah. What's one thing or person you cannot live without?
To be honest, and this is gonna sound interesting, but my best friend,
Nice.
my literal best friend, my
Mhm.
best friend in this entire world. she has been with me for the past 20 years. We've been friends for
Oh, wow.
20 years.
Yeah.
It'll be 21 years, like in the fall it'll be 21 years because that we've known each other. It's either 20 or 21. I think it's 20 now.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. I'm trying to think of the exact date, but like I remember the first time we met, it was in 7th grade, and we have been literally inseparable ever since. Like no matter what the world has thrown at us, we have always gotten through no matter what. And any time that we ever attempted to stop being friends, the universe always brought us back to each other no matter what. She's literally like she's literally like my soulmate without being my like love interest soulmate.
Yeah,
literally.
like your partner in crime, like your
literally.
Yeah.
Her and I are connected on this strange level that I will never understand.
Let's
like,
call
I
it
don't have
probably
to be around her.
A soul sister, if we can call it that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely call her my soul sister because, like, I mean, I can normally tell what she's thinking 90% of the time, and I don't have to be there, and I know how she'll react to most situations. You know, her and I, we just have this crazy bond, and people once they get to know Shayla and me, and they've hung out with us both, they're like, yeah, we see it, because people, they're like, how are you? 90% of people think we're like twins that were separated at birth because we also look quite similar.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's really her. Like I could not live without my best friend. Seriously.
Yeah, she's like your sister from another mister.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God, she is. Yes, I couldn't deal without her. Personally.
Yeah, I had. Let's say I had someone like that in my life up to probably 2024 because I've known him since 2016. There is someone I've known even longer, probably when I was like 3 and he was like 2 years old, but he's kind of like away, like busy all the time, and there have been times where that person that I knew since I was like a kid, literally from school, before I tell you about the other one, there's been periods of time where we just disconnected from each other, and that didn't affect our friendship up until this day. Like even today we're still friends. But the other person that I met in 2016, he was kind of like my brother. He was like he knows my artistic vision because he used to sing the songs that I make for me and release music. Yeah. If I just blink, or if I just send him like a song or like lyrics, he'd know my artistic vision without even like me having to tell him. But sadly, we've had a lot of differences since 2020. There's been a lot of like quarrels, a lot of like fighting, a lot of like misunderstandings and disagreements. That led up to a point where in 2022 I needed people to record for me.
Yeah.
And he kept on like trying to postpone and like push me away or push stuff away by saying like either opening up other subjects, or just whenever I like confront him or like just corner him about it without any way of him like escaping from that subject, he tells me like, you don't make me custom beats. And I'm like, you have more money than I do, like you make more money than I do, why don't you bring me that was before I got this PC even, but when I got this computer in 2021, I used to tell him before that, like, if I had a PC that I could do stuff like that on, sure. And then when I got that PC, he told me off about it. I'm like, okay, why don't you get me like a software or like a MIDI, those big keyboards that you add sounds or like beats or loops to it and just play it as instruments. And we've had our disagreements, and the last time we actually spoke or seen each other was 2023, but like I felt it was nearing the end by September of 2023, because I confronted him. I told him like, I'm tired, like I want to do something with music. You keep on postponing and I don't want to keep on like feeling left out. Even
Right.
you or my other friends did that, and I don't want to stay where I am today. And every time I bring any subject up, he just like gives me shit about it. And then when I ask him like, "Hey, can you find me a side job, like anything that makes extra $200? I'm happy with it." But
Right.
he was like, "No promises. I'll try." And then his sister's best friend asked him for this, and he found her a job immediately. And I felt really bad. This is where I started feeling like, okay, where do I fit in all the story? Do I still fit in the book anymore? And we have our differences since like he's
Right.
younger than me. He's like probably now what 25 or something, 24,
Right.
probably 26 even. Uh,
Right.
so and I'm 30. I'm like, okay, no. When my cousin passed away in January of this year, she lives in his
Aw.
area. My second cousin. She lives in his area. He reached out to me and he told me like, "Hey, I heard that your cousin passed away. Are you okay?" I didn't answer. He kept calling. I told him like, "Sorry, I'm a little bit busy. I'll talk to you later." And then when we try like, he kept on insisting. Then I sent him a message telling him like, "I'm gonna be honest with you." I sent him a long ass text telling him like, "Hey, I'm not being rude. I'm not giving you an ultimatum, but I've changed. You've done this and you've done that. We both have our disagreements. We both see life in a different way lately, and I'm giving you the choice. I have a life now. I love my new life, gaming and making content on Twitch, which in
Yeah,
the past
absolutely.
he wanted to do that, and I encouraged him like, "Hey, I know you make music, and I know you can make like I don't know, like reaction videos and stuff. Do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it on YouTube only. Like stream it." And
Yeah.
because he used to live in Ukraine before shit hit the fan, and he was more able than I was back in the day. And even when he moved here, like his parents both are doctors, and they provide him with they pay like anything, everything that they own.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Essentially,
no, they would pay everything. They would give him anything he desires, and
yeah.
his connection would allow him to just
Just like open doors and just
yeah,
go.
no, like his connection would allow him to stream easily, but he chickened out of that, and I encouraged him, and now look at where I am. And back to when he tried reaching out when my cousin passed away, I told him like, "I'm okay. I'm opening the door again for you to just uh, like become friends again, but there's
Right.
gonna be boundaries this time. Like, I can't go out all the time.
Absolutely.
I can't do this anymore. You have to go by my own freedom, by when I'm free, my time, and what I can do and cannot do. Like, I can't
Right.
be available 24/7 anymore. And if you want to come over, there are specific days where you can do that. But yeah, so he never answered since.
Wow.
Yeah,
Goodness,
that's
I'm so sorry.
it's fine. I mean, like, this was the trigger. Like, this was the final nail in the coffin. Like, because kind of something similar happened in the past before, whereas
Right.
like we stopped talking, and then I was always one reigniting things, and this time I'm like, nope. I'm gonna move on.
Oh, so
I'm not gonna chase after him like I always do, and more like a little bit over a year, this happens.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, the way I feel about a friendship is it's a two-way street. You both have, you know what I'm saying? But like, you both have to put in the effort. Not
Yeah.
only one of you can just put in all the effort. It's not fair.
yeah. I told him that. I told him like, at least don't run away, don't change the subject, and don't give me shit whenever I
Yeah, and don't-
open the music subject to you. At least like confront me. Tell me like, okay, I don't want to make music or I don't want to work because of these conditions. But also, don't give me false hope by promising me stuff and then
Yeah.
just doing something else.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I get every friendship has their ups and downs, but it's like
Yeah.
you've got to find a balance, and him
Yeah.
avoiding you and your concerns. You're not going to get anywhere
In
with that,
music,
sadly.
yeah, in music, 'cause
Yeah,
specifically,
absolutely.
because now I told him like, now I'm like releasing music, I'm using AI and everything, and I'm very like productive about it. I'm not gonna
Amazing. I didn't know that.
I'm not gonna
So cool.
chase after people, after anyone, beg people to do stuff for me anymore.
Yeah.
If anyone comes
Right.
up ever with like, if like a collaboration was ever to happen with between me and someone else, I'd be more than happy to do it. I still work with vocal editing, like vocal production mostly. I still do stuff, still make remixes, but yeah, I'm happy with AI now. I mean, this is where the world is heading anyways. AI, it's all gonna be
Pretty
AI.
much. Yeah, it's all AI at
Yeah.
this point. Even
Um,
pictures. You don't even know what's real anymore.
Yeah. All right. So what's your comfort off-stream game?
That's actually a good question. I mean, I guess it kind of sort of depends on whatever it is I'm feeling that day, if that makes sense. So, like, there are some days I just want to run around on 7 days and, you know, beat up a zombie if I'm in a bad headspace, you know? Or there's sometimes, like, there's another game I like that a lot of people really don't play, and I always play it by myself, but Sunken Land, I love that game. It's so peaceful. Except for when you get raided, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the building and everything to it. Like, I guess that's kind of like one of the other games. Like, I've got multiple,
Yeah.
but it just depends on how I'm feeling that
Yeah.
day.
And
to be
Hama
honest.
played a lot of Sunken Land before his hiatus. Yeah, before his hiatus. That's how I
Oh.
came to like know it or came across it, because at some point most of the games that I play recently, I either saw Hama playing them or he gifted them to me, honestly. Like, for example, Sea of
Aw,
Thieves
that's
and
so
stuff.
sweet of
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Anyways, so what's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games?
I mean, does gaming equipment count or no?
Anything related to
That still
gaming
is okay.
doesn't count.
Oh, okay. I do like to read books. So, I guess books would be the next biggest thing for me.
Any
love
favorite
to read.
genre or novel or something?
Let's see. The Harry Potter books, Lord of the Rings for me. I love those books. Those are amazing. I love Tolkien, but damn, he takes forever to get through.
Mm-hmm.
I also really love historical books, even if they're not historically inclined, you know? I'm a huge, like, history person. I love reading about history and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. If I had to pick a favorite era in history, I'm obsessed with, like, the Tudor, the Renaissance, Elizabethan era.
Ooh.
I am so into that shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. If you like Renaissance, you should have you ever played any Assassin's Creed games?
No, actually,
There
I
is
haven't.
one set during the Renaissance era, which if I'm correct, it's in Italy, right? The Renaissance thing,
Ooh. Well, I mean, the Renaissance,
Victorian or
it's all
something.
over Europe. No. Renaissance just means
Yeah.
rebirth.
Oh yeah,
Renaissance is
yeah, Renaissance in
like
French. Yeah.
1500. So it was and it was all over Europe. I mean, it was in France, it was in Italy, it was in England, Scotland. It was just an era of time, really, is what it is. So I think the Renaissance era is like 1400 to
Yeah.
like 1500 before the Elizabethan era.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it'd be like right before Elizabeth I took power.
Yeah, so I highly recommend you playing Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, because there's a third part of it called Revelations, that continues the story, but it doesn't take place where the first two take place, because the third installment, or the third part of that story,
Yeah.
which is Revelations, takes place in Constantinople, like
Oh wow.
yeah, during in Turkey. But the first, like
Nice.
Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, takes place during the Renaissance. So I recommend you play them, and these are regarded, considered to be the best entries in the franchise, even
Right.
to this day.
Because I was watching your stream today when you were playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that
it
was Black Flag.
Flag?
Black Flag, that's set in the Caribbean. This is
I love the Caribbean too.
my least
and
favorite game, even though it's like the best fan
Ah,
favorite. I don't like it because
I
the
I
the
liked
there's
watching you play what I saw of it. I was like, this is pretty good.
yeah, but no, like the sailing mechanic is so finicky. Like I was struggling so hard. Plus, it's like old Assassin's Creed controls and old Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Yeah, because after Syndicate,
Right.
they changed things up. Like they changed the commands, they changed the controls, they changed the UI
They
in
did
the
like
menu,
a whole like revamp.
and not only revamp. It's like a reboot of the series. This is why they started with
Ah,
Origins, Origins, then Odyssey, because Origins goes even
Yeah.
way before AC1, the original one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's one of your all-time favorite songs?
Oh God. To be honest, if I had to pick one, okay, so my favorite band of all time is Queen. I love Freddie Mercury. May he rest in peace. That beautiful soul. You know, he performed until his very last day, and he was incredible. And my favorite song of all time, honestly, is "The Show Must Go On." I love that song. Bohemian Rhapsody
Yeah.
is right there with it, though. Like those two songs, like I could listen to them on loop all day, and I'd never get bored.
Yeah.
They're both
Okay.
just so powerful in their deliverances for different reasons, and I love them both. They're just so
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What's one of your all-time favorite movies?
Oh God. Okay. Am I allowed to have like a three-way tie for different reasons,
Sure.
or do I have to just pick the one?
Either do a three-way tie or pick one. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. I really have a three-way tie here. Okay. So no, in no particular order, these three movies are something that I love to death, and I couldn't choose between the three. Nightmare Before Christmas, Beauty and the Beast, and Hook. Those three movies, I love them all for different reasons, but I could never pick between the three. For different reasons.
Okay.
I love them all. I'm very passionate about those movies.
Yeah. Fair enough. At some point,
yeah.
one of my favorite movies was The Fault in Our Stars. But now it's like
Oh, that one makes me sad. It makes
I know,
me cry.
I know, but like
Oh,
at some point. But now I'm like,
yeah.
do I even have a favorite movie anymore? I don't know. Like probably the Harry Potter series or franchise,
Oh,
or
that's a classic.
even like even though I haven't seen that movie in a while, a movie called Lila and Eve. It's a movie
I've never
by
heard of it.
Viola Davis and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
It's an action movie, and I hate action. It's not action, but like drama. But I love that
Okay.
movie. It's about like a grieving mother, an African American family. Her son gets killed in a shootout in a drive by, when he was going out of his work, he gets shot and killed, and then she starts being like very sad, very grim, and started grieving, and she goes to like those therapy meetings or whatever, and there she meets a woman
Yeah.
who's played by Jennifer Lopez. That woman
Right.
kind of like keeps telling her to just like if you wanna, because she was seeking revenge, the mother, and she couldn't find the courage to do that, but that woman encouraged her, that woman pushed her to do it, and in the end, she reaches the mob boss or the leader of that mafia or that group,
Yeah.
and she shoots him.
Oh my god.
Yes, she takes revenge.
Holy fuck.
But there's a twist. At the end of the movie, they arrest her. Because
What?
yeah, because it was just an illusion. That woman played by Jennifer Lopez was an illusion. Nobody, because they told her like nobody saw any woman with you. You were seen talking to yourself. That she was a figment of her imagination, and she did
Oh my
all of
God.
that on her own.
That is.
That's what got me hooked. But the reviews, the ratings and the reviews for this movie
Yeah.
are 5 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm like, this is such a good movie. Like people chase after action movies that are like chasing and drugs and hostages and kidnapping and explosions. This is what action is. Like it's so repetitive. I wanted something thrilling. There's also another movie called
Right.
Acrimony by Tyler Perry, the one that makes
Yeah.
the Medea movies. He directed it.
I
And
love Tyler.
what's her
Perry.
name? Taraji P. Henson plays in it. Acrimony starts off as a drama and slowly becomes psychological thriller.
All right.
Yeah,
I'd be into
it's
it.
about a woman who falls in love with a man, and that man starts creating and inventing stuff, batteries and
Right.
such, and he keeps failing. Like nobody buys his stuff, and he starts taking money from her every time, and she starts feeling like too much of like a liability for him instead of like him encouraging her. Every time she
Right.
asks him like, okay, marry me, he's like, I don't have time, I'm working on my inventions. Then one day
Oh my
she
God.
catches him with another woman in an RV.
Oh no.
And do you know what she does? She drives her car into his RV, and ever since she becomes unable to have children.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god.
And then once she asks him to just like disappear out of her life because they were engaged at some point, he
Aw.
comes up to her door. He's like,
That's so sad.
I have 2 things to tell you. First thing, I am a millionaire. There's a company that wants to buy my invention. And the second thing is I'm engaged. And she goes mad. She starts
God.
following
What the
him,
fuck?
stalking him, wanting to take revenge on everything. And the last scene is a plot twist. So she follows him on his yacht. She just like also like we see her like burning his pictures, like carving his face out of the pictures of him and her. But at the end, there's another plot twist. She is on the yacht where him and his fiance are. She tries to injure the fiance, but somehow she makes it, and she kills him. But unfortunately, Taraji's character in the movie, her foot gets tangled up in the anchor's chain, and
Oh no.
the anchor pulls her into the
No.
water and kills her.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Damn. That sounds graphic.
I
Very graphic.
enjoyed it bored me out at some point, but then
Yeah,
when things
but-
started turning,
Like
I was
heating
like,
up.
oh my god, I love this.
Right.
Oh my god.
Sometimes movies can surprise you like that.
Yeah, and it's
That's
no,
why I
it's like
can't choose.
it's like really started becoming repetitive and tedious to a point where
Right.
like, okay, this is only drama. She's like going
Drama,
through problems, and then when
then
it started
they just,
building
like-
up the crescendo of things, this is where it
Yeah.
picked up. Yeah, so I highly recommend
Yeah.
you watch both.
You're gonna have to send
Yeah.
me those.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because me and my brain, I will forget in like 10 seconds. I'll be like, I know he said 2 movies, and I'll forget what they are. No, but this is why
Yeah.
I could never pick
Yeah.
one movie because like I
Yeah.
mentioned, those 3 movies that I mentioned, like they're all special to me
Yeah.
in certain ways. You
Yeah.
know, and I could never tire watching any of them.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like,
So same question, but now with TV. Like, what is one of your favorite all-time favorite TV show or series?
I've got a ton of those too, but I'd say, oh God, I've got so many.
I
of
can
them,
make
it's
it
the
easy on
problem,
you and tell you like maybe what is something you've been hooked on lately, if that makes it easier.
but hooked on lately. Like right now, I have the Tudors on repeat right now. To be honest,
Okay.
that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, you've told me that.
But I also like so many other things, like Stranger Things and oh God, Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time was really cool. I
Oh.
really, because I'm a huge Disney person.
Once Upon a
And I
Time is so good.
Yes.
I haven't finished it completely.
Oh,
I haven't
gosh.
I have seen up to season
I
5, and
think
then I saw
they
the
should've-
final episode of the series.
I think that they should have ended with seasons. I think it's 6.
Yeah, 6, 7.
There's 7
'cause-
seasons, right? There's 7
Yeah,
seasons,
because
right?
season 7, I remember like he grew
Yeah.
up and things are different.
Yeah, Henry. I really think they should have ended it with 6. Yeah, Henry. Because I liked 7, but I didn't really think it was necessary.
I think I read somewhere. Yeah.
The ending, it made sense, but I just thought that the ending for 6 it was just where I felt I had my closure, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because at some point I read that, if I remember correctly, that with
Mhm.
season 7 they were trying to reboot the series or make like a continuation, since the
Yeah,
series
that's
that goes between
yeah.
like reality and fiction. So they
Yeah.
wanted to do that, but in the future. There is another series I like. It's called Shameless, but the US version. I like Shameless US more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never watched Shameless. I hear it's good, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's based off of the UK one. Which
Yeah.
the UK one, I tried watching it. It was like even before the US adaptation, but it was like it felt so poor. It felt like so basic, like someone is filming
Right.
on their home like home video camera or something.
Oh, do you think? Okay.
Yeah, because it was
So,
like
do you think like the American one was more like dramatized and like better, like
more immersive, done better.
yeah, like more like the production was probably like a better
Yeah,
quality too.
Yeah, because
got you.
I understand maybe like because at the time like in 2002 when it premiered in the UK, it was like times were different, and keep in mind it's the same producer, like same creator, same writer,
Yeah.
but he allowed them to make it the US version, to make the US version.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's crazy. And if I had to pick one more show, it'd be Supernatural. I love Supernatural so much.
Nice. Okay. If you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
Oh God. Oh geez, Louise. There's so many good ones. That's the problem. And depending on how you use it, it could be super beneficial.
Yeah.
Especially like super strength. Heck, you could lift anything. I think flying would be cool.
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Mine would be
If I had to-
teleportation.
Teleportation. Oh, that would be a good one. You know what? Teleportation actually might be where it's at, because you could literally go anywhere at any time, and that would just be really freaking cool.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
I do that a lot. And
Yeah.
and my brain, I'm just like, dang it,
Brain
me,
fart.
why are you like this?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
the time.
So
Yeah, teleportation.
if you were to switch lives with one celebrity or public figure or anybody famous from today's times for just one day, who would you pick and why?
I think this is gonna sound weird, but Queen Elizabeth before she passed. I
Fair.
would really, because she was a interesting woman, you know, because I mean, she served in World War II. She was the longest reigning queen ever, and she lived a hell of a life. And I think she's met so many people. I would love to know what it'd be like to be her for a day, to be honest. I mean, I feel like she has got so many interesting stories to tell, And I kind of sort of like to know what it feels like to be a queen for a day, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Guilty.
that's fair. That's fair.
Guilty. Guilty. Like I don't know, I just find her really fascinating.
Yeah, I understand that.
Who would you pick? I have to know.
Funny story though. Kim Kardashian for
Oh.
3 reasons.
No, Blue.
I hate her. I hate her so much, but
I hate her too.
I have my reasons. You're gonna
Okay, please
agree
tell
with me
I-
after I say them.
I need to know.
Yeah. First reason is I want to see what goes on in a day of her life, like behind the scenes, like a normal, boring day, or maybe what she does on her free time. Second reason is I would try to smuggle some of her money to my family and make her sign sign an agreement that it's non-refundable, or let her sign an agreement that it's non-refundable. And
Wait,
third,
you can do that?
I'll try. It's Kim Kardashian. There's no impossible there. Plus, third reason is the funniest. I want to be able to call her sisters names like, come here, you bitch. Shut up, you slut, for example.
Or I've never actually watched their TV shows, but like when you're scrolling through like Facebook and social media, sometimes you'll get like clips from their TV shows. And
That's
I
very
think the one
cringe.
thing that kills me is when they say Bible. I've seen that clip. And they're like, and that's how they say, oh, you swear? Oh, Bible? And it's like, how the fuck do you come up with that?
I don't
sorry,
know.
But,
I don't know.
But no, but she is vastly wealthy. And
Yeah.
she's like, I mean, so I kind of sort of understand where you're coming from, actually.
Yeah,
A little
I
bit
mean-
there. I mean, it would be interesting, even if you don't
Yeah.
like her.
If I sent, I don't think it would matter to her if I sent like 1 million or 2 or even 5 to my family.
Yeah.
She'll make triple of these at some point.
I mean, she makes. I mean, heck, she's Kanye West's ex-wife. You know, there was some crazy agreements in those. You know, she
Yeah.
probably still makes money off that, or
She poops
gets
money.
an alimony or something. Dear God, doesn't she?
She poops money, in
And
my opinion.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
If I had her wealth, I would literally, like I said to you earlier, I would pay off my debt and I would invest it. I would, build my dream home. And to be honest, I would give all of my close friends a little bit of money
Yeah,
just to, like, help them out, because I feel like that would be a good thing to do.
yeah,
Or for like a friend's in a tough bind or something, I would just give it to them. Be like, I have plenty of it and you need some help.
yeah.
Now, I wouldn't make it like a dependency thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it like, you know what I mean? But it would be enough to get them where they needed to go. And give them what they needed.
Yeah, but no, based like the third thing that I told you I want to do, like
Yeah.
call them names, is based off of that a channel I came across on YouTube that spoofs Kardashians, but using The Sims 2. It's called SimGM Productions. I sent you their
What?
channel. Yeah, I sent you their channel. They spoof them in a very funny way. But there is also a video that before I forget, how to hold on. Let me YouTube. It's a real life video of how to eat a Kit Kat. It's literally 6 steps to eating a Kit Kat.
What?
It's by Kourtney Kardashian. It's a minute and 47 seconds long, and it's got 4.6 million views. She's not eating it. She's decomposing that shit. Taking it apart and eating it piece by piece like a fucking cannibal. Like,
Yes. That.
no, like, step 1, you unwrap it. Whore. Me commenting on her. Whore. Step 2, you take apart a piece, from what I remember. Step 3 is you try to, I think, like
What?
cut it in pieces, or like slice it in half,
Blue.
not like have it in like the middle. You like separate the wafer from the chocolate. Step 4 is you eat them. Step 5 is something, and then step 6 is like, I think I left a comment at some point. I'm like, are you sure you're eating a Kit Kat and not decomposing it and huffing it like a cannibal or something? More like 6 steps to how it's like Kourtney Kardashian on how it's made.
Where do you come up with this shit?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Look, I don't like the Kardashians, period. I just think that they're overrated.
Yeah.
I really do, and I just don't see why anybody wants to tune in and watch them. I don't get it.
I don't know why their show even lasted that long. Like, it recently ended.
And the fact that, like, didn't they just get, like, a reboot on Hulu or something? Aren't they, like, back on Hulu?
I don't know,
like right now?
because I have a grudge against Hulu because Hulu canceled 2 of my favorite shows, Dollface and How I Met Your Father. And How I Met Your Father was doing okay, but they had to cancel it. And Dollface was amazing. They left us in Dollface on a cliffhanger as well, kind of like what happened with Two Broke Girls.
Yeah, that show is. I've not seen it, but man, I want to so bad.
I cannot stop watching Two Broke Girls.
I've seen so many clips that they crack me up.
Yeah, I have a redeem on my channel of several redeems of them. One of them is like, quick!
Yeah.
No, we don't have much time. Quick, grab 2 things you love, and she grabs her boobs.
She does.
Yeah.
I've seen that clip.
There's another one I added recently. There's no such thing as fine. The scale goes like, okay, good, not okay, I hate you, fine. Or great, good, okay, not okay, I hate you, fine. That's how it goes, yeah.
Yeah. For a while there, I actually really hated Netflix because they canceled one of my favorite TV shows, and it was the Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh.
With Drew Barrymore. That shit was so funny. And I wanted more, and when they canceled it, I was so pissed. I was ready to cancel my Netflix membership. But if it wasn't for Stranger Things, I don't think I'd have it. Because Stranger Things, I love it so much.
If Stranger Things was made in the UK, I think it would be called Bit Odd in it. That's
Probably.
a meme. That's a meme as well. I've seen.
Oh my god. You're like a little meme king. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so back to our questions.
Yes.
If you had an alter ego, what would she be called or he be called, and what would they do?
I think my alter ego would definitely be someone who's way more confident. Definitely a lot smarter. Just somebody who knows how to not, I guess, be me. Just someone completely different. You know, I don't know what I'd call them though, to be honest. I'd have to really think about that. But just definitely somebody, like I said, who's smarter, who's more confident, who knows how to work a room, who really knows how to like navigate their life. Like that would definitely be my alter ego. Someone, I guess somebody like that. Everything that I'm not, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, so the next questions are food related.
Oh boy.
What's your favorite drink of choice?
Tea, definitely.
Nice.
Sweet tea, all the way.
Okay. Weirdest food you've ever had?
Sushi. I tried it once and I don't like it. It's so weird to me. The texture, it's just.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. I ate one piece and I was like, nope.
Okay. Yeah, because I love sushi.
I know a lot of people love sushi. And a lot of people are like, what is wrong with you? But there's just something about it. I can't get around it.
Fair. What's your favorite comfort food of all time?
Pizza. 100% pizza.
Nice.
My favorite pizza, and I'm popular, and I don't care what anybody says. Pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
I love
sweet
pineapple.
And savory. Yes, you're a pineapple lover. Thank you.
Yep.
Because I know so many people who aren't, and I'm like, you've got to try it. It's so good. I promise you, you'll love it.
Yeah, and if they are just there, if there's no way of convincing them, I just kind of like tease them by saying, you know what I do? I add ketchup. I add ketchup on top of that pizza just to piss them off, and I put it on the pineapple slices, and they go furious. Even though I've done that.
You know, that's not the worst thing you could put on it, so I'd try it. Just not ranch.
Yeah.
People who dip their pizza in ranch, what is wrong with you? And you're wrong. I'm sorry, but that's gross.
I mean, if you have like chicken, we have something here like marinated chicken pizza slices, and they put ranch on it. That's okay.
Yeah. We actually do have a chicken bacon pizza ranch thing that like a lot of shops offer, but I don't eat it because ranch is just really gross to me. I can't eat it.
Fair.
There's something about it.
Fair. Okay. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my. To be honest, probably sweet and sour chicken. I love sweet and sour chicken. I don't know what it is. I could eat that every day. I'd be fine with it.
Okay.
Or actually, wait. Oh no, my brain just did a thing, and now I want to change my mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, potatoes. Anything with potatoes, actually.
Any kind of potatoes.
I love sweet and sour chicken, but any type of potatoes. You can boil them, smash them, stick them in a stew. I mean, mashed potatoes. My husband will sometimes make these little like fried potatoes. They're so good.
Yeah,
like potatoes are universal.
Yeah. I need to send you like a version of our like spicy potato that we do here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so the final question.
Wait. One question. What? Level of spice though, because I cannot handle too much spice. I can do like about.
You can opt out of using spices in it, but I'll send you the recipe. It's mostly like you add something like green with it, and then you add like onion, like you garlic. Actually, no, you don't add garlic sauce, but you just like mash some garlic and then add them in as like flavors. I'll send you the recipe at some point.
Oh, please do.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
All right. So, final question of this segment. What's your favorite or a traditional food from the state or country you're in that you would like to introduce to people?
Oh, my lord. Well, unfortunately, I am from Kentucky, and everybody in Kentucky, the first thing they think of is Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I hate it.
Stereotypes, yeah.
So definitely, even though I love fried chicken, just not KFC. I do like fried chicken, but like, that's like one of the biggest things here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, but not Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just good old Southern fried chicken, though. Go for it.
Yeah.
Why not? Because I really can't think of it. I really can't think of anything else. I mean,
yeah.
I'm so bad with answers.
No. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. No. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So now we are gonna be dipping or moving into segment 3, which is the mini games aspect.
Oh boy.
Have you ever played Kill, Marry, Sleep With?
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to that. It's called Play, Delete, Uninstall.
Oh no. Are you about to like deep dive my psyche?
Maybe. But also this is where I can probably become evil.
My favorite person or my worst enemy?
Mostly, yes. Kind of. Not quite, but like this is where I get to be evil.
Okay. Bring it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, in this mini game, I will name a set of 3 games each time. You have to tell me which one you'd play, which one you'd delete from existence, and which one you'd uninstall.
Okay.
And that also includes the whole franchise. You have 3 jokers that allow you to either delete all of the games during one of the questions or keep all of them. Delete or keep all of them. You cannot choose one to keep and delete the other 2, and you cannot delete or keep 2 and delete 1. You cannot do that.
So it's either I keep one or I delete all.
Yeah, either.
I mean, or I keep all or delete all.
Yeah.
That's...
3 jokers.
Words are hard.
3 jokers. You can also skip any of these questions if you feel stuck or if you blank out.
Okay.
Like, okay, I've never played any of these, and I don't want to give an answer based off of what I've seen, for example.
Okay.
You can do that. I don't mind.
Okay, that would be good, because if you do throw something out there that I don't know, I would hate to I'd hate to like judge it unfairly without giving it a chance. So I guess that's how I'd feel about that.
Okay. First 3 are Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, Battlefield.
I've never played any of them. I think I've actually played Call of Duty, so and I'd probably play Call of Duty.
Okay.
I'd probably uninstall Battlefield and maybe delete Counter-Strike.
Okay, fair enough. Apex, Fortnite, Valorant.
Oh dear.
It's gonna get harder.
Let's see. I can tell. I feel like you got like a little like smile right now on your face for some reason. I don't know why.
Nope.
Okay. So I've never played Apex, so I'd probably play. I would probably uninstall it. I mean, I'd play it, see what's up. What was the other one you said? It was Fortnite,
Apex, Fortnite, Valorant.
You know, I'd probably play Valorant and uninstall Fortnite. I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, but I will not jump on the Fortnite train. I'm
Fair enough.
I can't do it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
PUBG, Overwatch 2, and Marvel Rivals.
I am addicted to Marvel Rivals, so Marvel Rivals gets to stay. Because ever since launch day, I think I have like 190 hours in that game. You said it was Marvel Rivals, PUBG, and what was the other one?
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Okay. You know, I would uninstall PUBG. I'd give it a try. I'd probably uninstall it, and then I would delete Overwatch because Marvel Rivals is better. Y'all can give. I know a lot of people are gonna give me shit for that answer, but I don't care.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
I love how neutral you are. You're like,
No, because I've done this over the past episodes, and
got you.
This is where I get to be evil at some point, to some sort, to some level. Yeah.
You're trying to find a game that I really love and tug at my heartstrings.
No. I've done this. I told you I've done this a lot. I don't have any regrets. I just like just picking your brains, gaming wise.
Okay, got you. All right.
Kind of like a if the world is ending kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now it's clicking in my brain.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So next up we have Valheim, Stardew Valley, Minecraft.
Delete Minecraft. Get that shit out of existence.
Okay.
I hate Minecraft. I would play Valheim and I would probably uninstall Stardew Valley. I'd try it, but I'd probably uninstall it.
Fair enough. We have Gears of War, The First Descendant, and Once Human.
Gears of War, First Descendant.
And Once Human.
I would probably try Gears of War. I've heard a lot of good things about Once Human, so I'd try it, uninstall it, and then I guess delete the last one. Because I don't know much about it, so.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, Diablo.
I will keep Baldur's Gate because I love Baldur's Gate games. They're amazing. You said Diablo, and what was the other one?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Oh god. You know what? I would probably uninstall Diablo and then Elden Ring. Get the fuck out of here. I've seen my husband rage at Elden Ring so many times. So yeah, no. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I've seen many people rage.
I've seen so many people rage at it. It's like, why would you want to make yourself play something that's gonna make you rage that badly? Like, I'm good.
If you wanna be cool and hip, just don't play it.
Exactly. Just watch somebody else play it, and then they can suffer.
Don't play it. All in all, don't even encourage other people to play. Just forget it exists. Like, I know you like the challenges, but go challenge yourself in something that's not being given or shown as much love, and that needs to be shown love. Okay, next up, we are entering slowly the horror aspect. We have Quake, Doom, and the Elder Scrolls series.
I don't know anything about Quake, so I'm gonna delete that one out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably play Elder Scrolls and uninstall it, and then I'll keep Doom.
Yeah, Elder Scroll is the series that has Skyrim.
Oh, okay. I've never actually played Skyrim. I've wanted to, but I hear it's really hard and it takes forever. But
fair.
It could be a decent journey, maybe.
Fair. Next up, we have Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
Delete Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I hate clowns. I hate clowns. They freak me out. And when that game came out, everybody's like, "Oh no, you should play it." No, I've actually played both Dead by Daylight and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, and unfortunately, I still play Dead by Daylight, so I'd have to keep that one.
Yeah.
And I no longer play Texas Chainsaw Massacre because my group has really went away from it. So I guess I done it. It's uninstalled right now, actually. So uninstall. Even though I really enjoyed it. It was so good. It was so good.
Next up, we have Phasmophobia, Demonologist, and Devour.
Okay, I will keep Devour because I love that game, and actually my mod Mooney, she loves Devour. She got me hooked on it. It's so fun. I would probably uninstall Phasmo, and I've never played Demonologist, so I guess delete Demonologist.
Sketchy's Contract, Lethal Company, and Repo.
Let's see here. Damn it! Why do you do this to me? I would keep Repo because I love it too much. I would uninstall Lethal Company because that's a fun one too. But Repo, I just think it brings something better to the table. And I guess I'd uninstall Sketchies, even though I have it and I've never played it. But I guess I'd have to delete that one.
Fair enough. Next up, we have Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, and Dying Light.
Okay, I would keep Dead Island. Left 4 Dead I would play, but probably uninstall, and then I would get rid of the other one.
Okay. Project Zomboid, 7 Days to Die, and The Last of Us.
Blue, why? Okay. You say it with such ease. It's killing me. It's like you're just like la, 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 and I'm just like, oh boy.
I'm too used to this.
So I have like 2,000 hours in 7 days, so it has to stay.
I love that game.
I really enjoyed oh god, brain. I said total brain.
Project Zomboid, The Last of Us.
The Last of Us has to stay. That game.
Or uninstall.
I just love it.
You mean uninstall?
Yeah, no, I would play it and uninstall it, and then the other one I have not played, so I'll just delete
Project
it out of
Zomboid.
existence.
Yeah, and by uninstalling, they are there, but you are never allowed to go back to them once you've finished them. That's what uninstall is. Yeah,
Man.
but they do exist. they are there.
exist.
Yeah.
They exist.
But when you delete them, it's gone from existence. It's like nobody ever has the right to remember them. Doesn't
Yeah.
exist. It's gone forever. No refunds,
Oh.
no takebacks. It's like purgatory.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
really love The Last of Us, but at the same time, 7 days is like
Fair.
I've had it for so long.
Fair. Okay. Next up, we have Dead Rising, The Mortuary Assistant, and The Walking Dead.
I would delete The Walking Dead because, to be honest, I only watched up to season 3 and I gave up after that, and I just played the game. I'm good
Yeah.
on that. What was the other? You said The Mortuary Assistant. What was the other one?
Mortuary Assistant and Dead Rising.
You know, I'd probably keep The Mortuary Assistant because I've been wanting to check that out, and then Dead Rising. Probably play and uninstall it.
Okay. Next up, we have Alan Wake, Resident Evil, and The Evil Within.
Oh fuck!
Remember,
That's okay.
you have
I'm
Jokers.
sorry.
You have Jokers, remember?
That's right. I forgot about the Jokers. Me and my squirrel brain here. Oh god.
Fair.
You know what? I would get rid of Alan Wake. I watched my husband play it, and he had so many issues. It was
Yeah.
a good game for what it was worth, but
Alan Wake 1.
Yeah, the first one was good.
No,
I
the
can live
second
without
one was good in my opinion, because I struggled with the first one like no other.
It was the flashlight mechanic. I
Mhm.
don't know. He would do it, and it just wouldn't always
Yeah.
render it for some reason, and he struggled. Like I don't exactly remember
Yeah.
the part in the game, but he had to do this one part like 15 times over because it just wasn't.
It's
Because he
like-
was doing what he was supposed
Yeah,
to be doing. but-
flashlight, then gun, then reload, then flashlight, and make sure
Yeah.
you're. I'm just like, okay, I can't keep up. Second one, I've seen people play it. I'm in love with
Yeah.
it, but I
Yeah,
will
the
play it
second one,
at
it was
some point,
better.
but not now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then you said Resident Evil. What was the other? And Evil Within.
Resident Evil, Evil Within, Alan Wake.
Okay, so I'd get rid of Alan Wake. I would keep Resident Evil because
Mm-hmm.
I am a huge Resident Evil person. I've been playing those since I was a kid. I remember the first one I played was actually the very first one on the PS1. But my favorite one will always be 4. I know that game inside out like the back of my hand. The original.
Leon,
remake
help
was
me,
good.
Leon. Fuck off. I would shoot her 17 times and just end the game, refund it.
Listen. That is when you get the suit of armor. Even though the clink clunk drives me
Yeah.
insane.
Leon
Anytime
would
she got
Leon.
needy, I would just shoot her.
Yeah,
Make
no,
her
but
cower
like,
for
yeah,
a while.
my friend spent like, he got anxious, and I was like, just, I sent like a chat in his channel when he was playing. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn it, Ashley, please, don't you see that Leon's getting dick deeply,
Yeah.
and you're like, Leon, help me. It's like he can't escape. Yeah,
No.
yeah,
But you gotta also get in the mindset she was kidnapped, taken to a foreign country.
still.
She barely knows this guy, and she's scared out of her fucking mind.
Still.
I kind of understand it.
We
But
heard
I
her.
will
We
say
heard her
one
the first
thing.
7 times.
About the remake, though, the remake was, I don't think she was as annoying, and I felt that she was more.
He was playing the remake.
Yeah, I know, but
It was annoying in the remake.
Look, if I had to compare, remake Ashley is better than original Ashley.
So you're saying original
I-
Ashley was more annoying?
Yes, and she was not as helpful or as useful.
Yeah.
I love remake Ashley better. I really do. And Leon, he will always be RPD's butt. He's got the cheeks in. Okay.
Okay. Fair.
He's adorable.
Fair.
And then can I use one of my Reaper cards on Evil Within? Because I don't really want to install and never play it again. Because I love that.
You could use no.
It's
You
like
could
a
use the
lot of
Joker
people-
and keep all 3. That's the only option, or delete all 3.
You know what? I guess I'll have to keep I'll have to keep all 3 because I love
Fair.
the Evil Within. Because both of them actually. I love both of those games.
Fair.
I just thought they were really, really good. So I'm just gonna have to live with that decision.
Fair. Next up, we have Little Nightmares, the Predator series, or the Alien series, and Silent Hills.
Okay, I would definitely keep Silent Hill because I actually really enjoyed those games. You said the Predator series or
Yeah,
Alien, right?
yeah.
And then Little Nightmares. I've actually never played Little Nightmares, but this is a tough one. Actually, I'd probably have to get rid of Little Nightmares and keep Predator, Alien, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
I don't know anything about Little Nightmares.
Silent Hills, yeah.
And I love Silent Hill. It's a classic. It's a good definition of a horror game, and
Yep.
and I love the thing I love about Silent Hill games is they're all different,
Right?
but they still tie into like one theme.
Yeah, but like
And I love it.
I own the OG, some of the OG ones, like 2 and 3, the collection, the HD collection, and then I own Downpour, and then the other one
Downpour,
on
there's
Xbox.
Homecoming.
Homecoming
The
was
Homecoming,
so
that was a good
haunting,
one.
so haunting.
Oh.
Homecoming.
Literally. So yeah, that'd have to be my decision on that one.
Okay,
Definitely.
we are out of the horror games. Now we have Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, Tomb Raider.
I'd keep Tomb Raider because Lara Croft is boss.
Hmm.
And then you said Uncharted or Assassin's Creed?
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough one because they're both good. I've never played the Assassin's Creed games like I told you, but a lot of them look really, really good. But yeah, I also hear a lot of good things about Uncharted too.
Yeah.
I think everyone's favorite Uncharted game, I think it's the second one. Most people say the second one. But
Yeah.
if I honestly had to pick, I'd probably keep Assassin's Creed, get rid of Uncharted if I had to honestly choose.
Okay, and uninstall.
I'd uninstall.
Tomb
After
Raider.
I played them, I'd uninstall them, and then I would just get rid of the other one.
Yeah. Okay, we have next up we have Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Persona.
Oh. Damn.
Still have 2 Jokers, by the way.
Kingdom Hearts is my favorite game
Same.
series of all time.
Same.
I love Kingdom Hearts. I love the mixture of Disney and
Final Fantasy.
also Final Fantasy. It's a mind-blowing experience. Those games mean the world to me. I wish Twitch was kinder about streaming them because every time I stream them,
Yeah,
they
you
always
get
send me
muted.
nasty emails. Yes, but if you do like a double stream back to back, they'll send you like a really nasty email about it, and it's like, man, stop doing this to me.
What do you mean, like nasty? Like just appeal them.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
They're like, well, the thing is, like, if you have too many videos, like in a short amount of time,
I just
they'd
keep
be like,
them.
you have too many of this, and you're being muted for this and that, and there's too many in one video and this video, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just I just learned to ignore them and let them be and just like keep
Just
them
like,
there.
I mean, if you keep streaming them, is it really an issue? Because I streamed the first one.
I
and then
feel
started on
I
the
feel
second
like
one.
Disney should have added, even like in the remakes, not the remakes, like the
Yeah.
re-releases, the packing, they should have added like streamer mode, where at least like just either turn that music
Yeah.
off or just replace them with something else.
Right, because it
Yeah.
kills me. It kills me. Another thing about that entire situation is that like there are certain parts of the game that most people get muted for. I didn't get muted for.
Mm.
Like in the first one when they're singing "Simple and Clean," did not
Yeah.
get muted for that. And the second one for Sanctuary, didn't get muted for that.
Yeah.
Yet I got muted for the Gummy Ship music, which most people don't get muted for. I don't get it. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? No, but on this one, I'm gonna have to throw out one of my Joker cards and keep all of them. I can't.
Fair enough.
I can't. And also for me, I love Final Fantasy games.
Fair enough.
Those games are amazing. amazing in themselves. My favorite one is 7. I really liked 8 and also 10. But 7 was my favorite.
Fair
And
enough.
Sephiroth, damn you forever. But that's a whole nother story.
Okay.
No, but I'm gonna have to keep that one because no.
Fair enough. Next up we have Kingdom Hearts. Sorry, I said that.
I was gonna say, please don't make me choose again.
No. We have Fall Guys, Party Animals, and Split Fiction.
Oh gosh. Fall Guys was actually really fun. I've actually played that. I've never played Party Animals, and I've heard good things about Split Fiction. So I'd probably keep Fall Guys. I would uninstall Split Fiction after I played it, and then I'd probably delete the last one.
Okay. I'm thinking there might be. Yeah, we have one more. Just Cause,
Okay.
Saints Row, and GTA.
Oh God. Oh my God. To be honest, when it comes to GTA, the only one I really liked was Vice City. Vice City was my favorite, and Saints Row and the other game you mentioned, I forgot what it was.
Just Cause.
Just Cause. I've never actually played any of those. So I don't know anything about those series.
Fair enough. They're all kind of the same, so you can skip it if you'd like. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'd probably skip it because like I said, the only GTA game I liked was Vice City, and the other ones I don't know enough about them to really say I'd either keep them or delete them, unfortunately.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. We have another game before
Alright.
we end. It's called Rename the Game. Yeah, rename the game. And the goal of this mini game simply consists of taking a game. It has to have 2 or more words in it. So you can't say, let's say Minecraft. You can't change the name of that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you a word, and we're gonna take turns.
Okay.
Swapping one word from the game title with that given word. For example, let's say the word is caravan. For example, I would say Age of Caravan. You would say, for example, Far Caravan. We can say Far Caravan 5, and I would say Far Caravan, Caravan 4, etc. So we'll take turns on doing that. We have 2 minutes on the clock. Today's word is rose. You can look in your Steam library. You could have a look. I don't
Really?
mind. Yeah. And let me get the
Did you say it was a 2-letter? It was a 2?
2 or more. For example, it has to have 2 or more.
2 or more words in it to make it.
Yeah.
Okay. Dead by Rose.
Hold on. The timer starts now. So you said Dead by Rose. No worries.
Yes.
Rose of Empires.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm stuck here.
Look at your Steam.
Dungeons and Roses.
Don't worry. You could look at your Steam as well. What you have in your Steam library.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got now.
Okay. 7 Rows to Die.
The Evil Rose.
Rose by Daylight.
Golf with Roses.
The Rose Assistant.
Midnight Rose Hunt.
Just Rose.
Roses on Stream.
Final Rose 7.
Crap. Rose of the Tomb Raider.
Assassin's Rose Mirage.
Roses of the Forest.
Assassin's Rose Syndicate.
Roses Six Siege.
Rose Rising.
Tribes of Roses.
Okay.
I was supposed to be Tribes of Midgard. You didn't know.
Batman Rose Asylum.
Oh, damn. Rose Raider Underworld.
Okay. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Rose.
Oh, God. Fudge. This is hard. Lords of the Roses.
The Rose Descendant.
Left for Roses too.
Rose Guys.
Rose Trek Online.
That's basically all the time we have. You win the game. You said it. You said one more game, like one game more than me, so you win technically.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm struggling so hard.
No worries. No worries.
Okay, thank you, because I really don't know
No
how to
worries.
start this story, and it's a long one.
Yeah. No worries.
And I'll try to like clip out a lot of it, or not necessarily, but I'll be like kind of vague.
Don't
But if
worry
you
about
do
it.
have like a more in-depth question, just let me know.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so this is mental health segment. After all the fun we've had, after the games we played, this is a very heavy segment, guys. It's been a while since I've had one of these on the show, and let's use a more journalistic term and say I'm thirsty for those kind of subjects, because I feel like it clicks with viewers sometimes. You can relate to it. Tonight's episode is a little bit graphic. It's a little bit triggering. So, whoever's listening to this point, feel free to dip out. Feel free to skip to the end. Feel free to just shut down the episode and carry on with your life, because we're going to be talking about a lot of things, from sexual harassment to bullying, etc. Those are not easy topics to talk about. Mental health, all in all, is not easy to talk about. It's not an easy subject to talk about. So, the reason why lilrosevamp and I kept talking about this until this segment happened is because I wanted to prepare her mentally. We had to record it separately because I also wanted to just probably omit it at the time, but then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, we forgot this segment. But here we are, we're doing it. She has a lot to say, and I'm here to listen. So, Rose, this is your segment. Start from the beginning, start from what you remember from age 6. Talk about them in detail or not, it's all up to you. I'm gonna be a listener. I will comment, but I'm gonna be mostly a listener. Go ahead.
All right. So the first thing I really want to say about mental health, and it's a quote that I literally live by day to day, is that no matter what you're going through, it's okay not to be okay. There are some times where life really kicks you and hits you down, and sometimes it's okay, because everything that you've been through up into the point that you're at now, you've gotten through it, and it's only made you a stronger individual. And that's something that I don't think enough people talk about, personally, for me, So it's okay if you gotta cry, or if you need someone to talk to, just know that there are people out there who will listen, genuinely listen, and you're not alone. That's just one thing that I have to remind myself all the time, because I have been down a crazy fucking path of life, like as Blue said, from when I was a kid to an adult, and we're here to talk about all the things that people do not want to talk about, and it's really hard. I might cry, but that's okay, because it's part of it. But just remember, sometimes it's okay to cry and to step back and reflect. There's nothing wrong with it.
I did tell Rose, if you need to, just if you feel like this is getting heavy or you cannot go on, just feel free to skip the subject. I don't want to make my guests uncomfortable.
Oh, I appreciate that, Blue. And it's not necessarily that it does make people uncomfortable, but sometimes you just gotta talk about it. And there's certain things that I've never went with publicly that I will mention, but I'm not going to go into the details of it. But I will be like, hey, I am a person of this, and and just know that you're not alone. So, as I was telling you earlier, like, I've been through a lot, and most people start developing memories when they're like 3 to 4. I don't remember anything until I was at least 6 years old. And I remember because we and my dad, my brother, sister, we just moved into this new apartment and things are crazy, and I'm about to start like what is it called? Not preschool. It's the one above it, kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
I was so excited. I was a kid, you know, and there are a lot of things that as a kid parents don't tell you. And one of the main things I struggled with a lot as a kid was wondering why my mother was never in the picture, because she wasn't. And as an adult, I realize now I understand why my dad kept us away, but at the same time, when you're a kid, and my dad, how do I put this? Like, my dad really did his best in regards to what he had. He had 3 kids to work with. He was a disabled man. He was from the military. My dad has had so many health problems and complications. He really did try. But now as an adult, and when I realized what he went through, like, he probably didn't have the energy to be the person he needed to be. And a lot of that fell on my sister. But my mom, unfortunately, is a drug addict. She's still active today, as far to my knowledge. And it sucks. Because having her pick all of these things above your kids really does hurt. And when I was a little girl, all I ever wanted was my mom. And I couldn't understand my mom wasn't there, and no one would tell me why. No one would really sit me down and try to find it in like a kid-friendly way. What's up?
No, I was saying, tell me why.
Ain't
trying to
nothing but a heartache.
trying to soften the mood for you.
No, I need that. Thank you. And that's actually one of my favorite songs. Every time I hear that, I think of that silly little TV show. I don't know what show it is, but it's like a guy and they're doing like a police lineup or whatever.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's the one. So like I think of that every time and it just makes me giggle. So thank you, boy. I need the comic relief. Trust me, I need it.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So essentially, I didn't get it, and my dad would always interject every time that I wanted to see her or talk to her. He would never let me talk to her, and I didn't get it, you know, because as a kid, you don't really understand the structurals of what drugs do or how they affect you. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, because like, and I think he really tried to shield us from that whole thing, and it's wild. You know, and as a kid, I was a very angry child because I didn't understand and no one taught me how to process my feelings. So I was always angry. I was angry at the world every day. And I never really had a normal childhood. Not really. There was 3 of us. Me and my siblings, we all tried to get along and do but we were kids, you know? And we were put in a lot of situations where like kids can't be kids. You know, my sister had to take on a mother role. My brother actually had a ton of health problems from the moment he was born. He has a shunt in the back of his head. So my dad also had to deal with that. So my brother always was he was technically disabled but not disabled. He could still do things, but it's just he had restrictions.
Yeah, just also an FYI. There's also like invisible disabilities like ADHD and dyslexia, and those are also mental health is also a disability. Like if you have ADHD, you're not technically disabled, but it's an invisible disability. I've learned that as well.
Pretty much.
Yeah, autism as well. Impulsivity, everything that falls in that spectrum.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My brother didn't necessarily have anything with that, but he still, you know, he was like held back for a year, and he's had several shunt replacements throughout his life, you know. But I'll get more about my brother later because there's a whole nother thing to that. But anyway, you know, and then like we'd be, you know, and then like kids would always make fun of us because we were different, and you know, but kids are mean. The kids are gonna bully you. You know, when I was a kid, I only had like 3 friends ever, I was always bullied for being an outcast, for being a weirdo, and unfortunately, my only escape when I was a kid was either video games, or I always had my reading.
Yeah.
I'd always be found in a library.
I can relate to that point. At some point aspect, I was bullied as a kid for like my soft spokenness because I'm like soft spoken, and I had a bully in summer school that, funny enough, it was like it like retaliated on him, if you know what I mean, like it all fired back at him. At some point he was like, oh, you're gay and stuff. I'm like, yeah, and he's like, you sound gay, because I was like a preteen and stuff at summer school. And a few years later, in like my late 10s or like early 20s, I found him on Grindr.
That right there, my friend, is called karma. Karma, 100%. He probably didn't even know, or if he knew, he was ashamed at that time.
Yeah, because you know, like 2008s and like the 2000s was like
Yeah.
pretty close-minded era.
Pretty much, yeah. I think you and I are very close to the same age. I'm pretty sure.
I'm turning 31 in August.
I will be 33 in October, so we're not far off. There it is. No. But that is funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know until you try it.
Yep, 100%.
I literally have a coworker, totally unrelated, but he always tells me his personal motto in life is try everything twice, because sometimes you're not sure the first time.
Yeah, my motto is treat people how you want to be treated. But I have my own personal quote that says, I'm the hero of my own story. In yours, I'd probably die.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, like...
No, but I'm with you on that. Like, I treat everybody how they treat me. Like, if you come at me with good energy, I'm going to give you great energy.
Yeah.
But if you come at me and you're being an asshole, I'm going to give you asshole energy.
That's against my religion, which is Christianity, because in the Muslims have this mentality. And friends started questioning me like, are you sure you're a Christian? I'm like, yeah, I was born to a Christian family. I was born to Christian parents, and I'm partly Greek from my ancestry. Yeah, communication is key as well.
That it is. That's one of the biggest things I preach to people. Please communicate with me.
Yes.
'Cause I never know.
Yes, miscommunication.
Bullying and everything. And bullying is... I don't see why people do it, to be honest. I don't get it. It's like, why can't we all just be nice?
Some people
Just
like to be evil. Some people like to troll. Some people like to bully.
Yeah.
Just because they feed off of this.
Like I said, though, I don't get bullies. I don't get why they do what they do. But like you said, they just like to fan their own flames and like to just be an asshole. I mean, I wish I knew where that stems from, but I don't. Like I was always made fun of for being different. And
probably lack of affection, lack of empathy in their life. Probably the environment they grew up with. But
probably.
Yeah, but you have to learn that at some point people are gonna hate you. Like, if you were raised like this, I was raised. I was raised in a good and a bad environment at the same time, in a good and bad one.
I wish I could say I was raised in a good. I was raised in an okay environment, but it wasn't a very accepting, warm, loving environment, and that has really dampened my confidence as a person tremendously. I had a thought and I just lost it. Me and my damn brain. I get sidetracked so easy. Or my brain's like... No, but anyway. But like, I was saying something about bullying. Right, but... Oh, yeah, but no, but you did make a comment about how, like, you grew up in a pretty good household and everything.
And a bad household. Like, good and bad
And a bad
at the same
household.
time.
I mean, I grew up in a... Like, my household, it wasn't the most loving place. Personally. It really wasn't. Like, in my family, we didn't necessarily, like, hype each other up, and... You know what I'm saying? And I wish my dad was more supportive sometimes, to be honest. Like, I can think of a couple of instances, things that were, like, huge to me that I wanted to do, and he told me that I would fail at it. that hurts.
So
being
basically,
bullied by
no
your
support.
own family.
No support. Yeah.
No, there was no support in my household. Like, okay, it's the middle school. Me being me, I heard about track and field. I'm thinking, oh, that sounds really cool. And I was big into fitness then. You know, I was a fit kid. You know, I liked running and jumping and doing all those things, you know. And I told my dad, I was like, hey, I'm thinking about trying out in a couple of weeks when they have tryouts, you know, letting him know I'm interested in something. And he's like, oh, and he looked at me dead in the face and was like, oh, you're never going to make it. You're not good enough.
Yeah, not only that,
Legit.
because like, you're playing sports. Girls don't play sports. I know that mentality. I was like, yeah, no, but I was like, I was playing girl sports. Not considerably, volleyball isn't a girl sport, but like,
Yeah,
if we want to
but
say
like,
that, because
still.
like people like in my class, they played soccer, they played basketball, the boys, and I always hang out with girls who played like tennis,
Yeah.
badminton, volleyball.
Yeah, you and I are opposites. I always hung out with boys. I get along better with men than I do women because I was always with the guys. I grew up with mostly men, practically. Okay? And my sister, we both kind of were the same in that sense because like we both weren't really girly. You know, I'd be the one person like for example, like you said you played like badminton, all those things. I was the only girl on the dodgeball court. I wanted to beat those guys' butts, and I did. I'm very good. I loved dodgeball. You know, like I would always be playing basketball, dodgeball, football. And my husband can contest to this because my husband's been friends with me since we were kids. I was always with the guys. Didn't matter. Rough, tough, beat your asses, out there wrestling. I was out there with them. Nothing wrong with that. I think sports sometimes are kind of, you know, I just think sports are for everybody. Doesn't matter what you're playing. If you like it, go for it. Go do it. Who cares?
Yeah, but as I said before, like
Yeah.
in the 2000s where it was like a different time, you know.
Yeah, it really was a different time. Dear God, was it? It's not like it is today. No, I mean, I understand having sports divisions between like girls and guys, but you know, it's like it's a sport, you know. I don't know, but anyway, like I was saying about my family, though, like there really was no support there. There was really no, oh, holy crap, you did amazing. It was, okay, oh, you're failing at that.
Basically, at some point, just to add to that, I just like
Mhm.
never finished, never graduated from grade 9, where you go to grade 10, 11, and 12, and then graduate.
Yeah.
I just didn't fail completely. I just like was off by a few grades, and I had to restart my grade. And then
Yeah.
some parents here in the Middle East were like, "Oh, my son's gonna be a doctor, whether he likes it or not." And
Oh, no.
and then my dad was like, "You know what? You wanna go into audiovisual? Just prove me one thing. I'm not gonna be like other parents. Just do me one thing. Just take the course again. Repeat your year once. If you fail, you fail. If you succeed, you succeed. You just do what I want for once, and that's all I want from you. Your field is your choice. Just try your luck one more time at school, and if you, as I said, if you fail, you fail. If you succeed, you succeed. And I failed miserably, even worse than the first time. So I went to audiovisual, and because mostly, I think that helped me out because mostly like my dad's uncle and my uncle, like my dad's brother, they were both in the media. Like my dad's uncle was a tabloid.
So you've always had a passion for it then.
Tabloid. It runs in the family, tabloid. And my uncle used to sing, but they told him like, give up cigarettes and we'll make you a star. And he didn't give up cigarettes.
Yeah. Smoking and singing does not work at all. I actually was in choir for all 4 years of high school. And essentially when you sing, your body, all of it is all an instrument. And you have to take care of it.
Your body is
or
a temple.
You're not going to perform well at all.
Yeah, I smoke.
No.
I'm coming clean and telling everybody like some people know I smoke, and I'm not. I'm trying to stop, and I lowered my intake of nicotine every day. But like, it's something that helps me with stress, especially at some points. I'm damaging myself. I know it.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes you have to. Like, I feel very stressed. Instead of like eating, because I have an eating disorder, and I'm like, a yo-yo diet
Right.
at some point. I was like very thin in 2023, and now I'm like a barrel. So
Oh my God, no, you're not.
I look pregnant.
I have seen you, Blue. No, 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 no. No, don't you dare.
Yeah, but
No.
like instead of eating, I go towards smoking sometimes. It like keeps me, or I keep like I don't know if you know those Bolero drinks, the powdered ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I know
so
what you're talking.
yeah, these have the most calories. These have are 7 calories, the most. Instead of
That's
drinking,
not a lot, sweetie.
instead of drinking soda, Pepsi, Cola, Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mr. whatever his
Guilty.
name, yeah, I drink these.
I'm literally
because-
drinking a fucking Dr. Pepper right now.
No worries, no. They Bolero have a cola flavor, so I drink that instead. It's not. It's the same taste minus the acid, because they did an experience here where they're like brought a huge ass fish aquarium. They dropped the diet Pepsi and the normal Pepsi and the Pepsi Max or Pepsi Zero into it. Guess which one sank?
Pepsi Max?
Nope, the Diet Coke.
Damn. Wow.
Diet Coke is a lie. It has double the
There's
calories.
that aspartame stuff in it too.
Yeah.
That's not good for
Yeah,
you. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what it's called.
Not only that, aspartame, yeah. Because my cousin worked in a factory where they bottled them. And she told me
Oh my.
we use
Oh no.
a lot of corn syrup, which is
Yeah.
very bad for you, and aspartame. And
Mhm.
they add twice the aspartame. And when they say less sugar, yes, there's no sugar. But it's the aspartame. Aspartame is bad for you.
Oh, God, yeah, no.
I do drink soda from time to time, but I don't abuse it. Like
I don't drink a lot. Just,
had
just,
a runny-
just every now and again.
I had a runny stomach the other day. I had to because it's like water and not coming out as it's supposed to be. Sorry for
Oh,
that
yeah.
visual, but like
Yeah, no.
my
Good,
dad,
good, good.
yeah, for the listeners, my dad brought like 7-Up. This was the first time
Yeah.
I drank.
Oh yeah, I
Since
drink 7-Up
2021.
and stuff. It does help. That or like ginger ale really
Yeah.
do help with like either nauseousness or your stomach issues.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah. And
That I
this
can
was
vouch
the first time I ever put like soft beverages in my stomach since 2021.
Okay, so it's okay. Got you.
So if you wanna talk about the heavier subjects, or are you getting there? So go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was getting there because I was gonna say, you know, like I said, I was always indifferent and I was about to get into it because and like the most, let's see here, brain. I'm sorry. So like essentially growing up a lot, like my dad always made us go to my cousin's house every fucking weekend, and I hated it because honestly, when I was a kid, that's where it started. The assaults and stuff, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I will say that like it changes you, and when you're a kid you don't get it. You just don't get it. You don't get why it's happening or anything like that. But the one thing I will say is please understand it's never your fault. Just because someone else has a sick perversion doesn't mean that it's your fault, because it's not. And that changed me in a lot of ways that I never understood. So I always thought that, like, because I'm very conservative because of it, actually. Very. I don't even like showing my legs or my shoulders. And I think that's... So, like, and I always thought that maybe if I, like, covered up and always wore, like, jackets and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Trying to hide myself.
Yeah.
That, I thought maybe it would go away.
Comic
And it
relief.
doesn't.
Comic relief moment. Maybe.
Please do, because I was about to cry.
Have you tried a burqa? A veil? I'm sorry. Dark
No,
humor.
no, never tried a burqa.
Oh my
No.
god.
No, but seriously, but please understand it's never your fault, and do not hate yourself. Do not do what I did and hate yourself for it.
Listen,
'Cause
if
it's
you
not your
don't
fault.
go to leg day, if you basically don't do leg day, don't show your legs, honey. If you don't shave as a woman or a man, don't show your legs. Basically, this comic relief moment.
Thank you. I'm sorry. This is the first time I've ever talked about it publicly. I've never went public with it. It's always been a close friend or my sister, you know, because it wasn't just me, it was other people too. But and it kills me that this particular person gets away with it still. I don't think he does it anymore. But it just mind blows me how many of us were actually victims of it. And it sucks. Because it changed me, because like I always, and this is where my self-confidence really gets really shitty. I always looked at myself in the mirror and told myself, I'm not beautiful. I don't want to be beautiful. If that's what he thinks, that's what I told myself for the longest time. So genuinely, because I thought about it for so long like that, I don't think I'm a pretty person, and I never want to be.
Listen, beauty doesn't come from outside. It comes from the inside.
I know, but when you're a kid,
you could look like my Uncle George, aka ugly, and you could be the most beautiful person inside, and you could look like the next top model and be the shittiest person. I've had many exes. We have stereotypes here. Sadly, this is why I'm having a hard time finding someone to love, because they want the next top model. And if you're a bit fat, they're like, "Oh, you're fat. Sorry, we can't chat. We're not a match."
It's really sad. But like when you're a kid, you don't know that. You don't know that beauty is in other forms. You know what I mean? And that's why, oddly enough, one of my favorite movies is Beauty and the Beast, because that's where I really learned beauty comes from within. It's not your appearance. It's your essence. It's who you are. It's your soul. It's more than that. It's your personality. It's how you come across to people. It's so many things.
Yeah. And oh god damn it. Now Beauty and the Beast is stuck in my head. Not the Celine Dion version, the Ariana Grande version with
I know it. That's why I told you last
John
time.
Legend, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's a beautiful rendition. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's why I told you last time I couldn't pick a favorite movie. I have 3, and they're all different to me in very particular ways. And Beauty and the Beast, that's one of them. That movie really taught me that it's okay, because Belle, she's my favorite princess. It's okay to be different. It's okay to get out there and who cares if society hates you? I don't care now.
Yeah,
I cared when I was younger.
The Beast got some lovin'. He's a beast. He got some num-nums at the end. And Shrek, for example, Shrek is one of my favorite movies as well.
Shrek is life.
Not because of the humor, no. It's because he's an ogre. He's an ogre, but he also got like found love. Like everybody, even if you're like a monster, an ogre, whoever you are, anyone can fall in love. Anyone can be pretty. Anybody can like just find something that soothes them in life. But like you just need to know where to find it. You just need to be surrounded by people who appreciate you for what you are, who you are.
No, but that's really what I have to say about the essay part of this is just understand that if I survived, you can survive. And I know it's hard and I feel like not a lot of people talk enough about it. And just know that if you are listening this deep in this conversation and you're still here, just know that if you've been through that, just know that, and you're still here, just know I'm proud of you, and you made it.
Yes.
And that experience made you stronger in ways that you'll never understand, that you'll never really get, you know?
So, going from here, anything you'd like to add, Rose, or is that all the story?
For the, well, I mean, there was like one more thing I wanted to add.
Yeah, because there's a quote you wanted to say, you told me about it. Feel free to talk about it.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that essentially that no matter what you've been through, no matter the hardships, whether it's bullying or you've been assaulted or you've been like, and I did say my quote earlier, I said, it's okay not to be okay. And that's something that I feel like people don't talk about enough.
But there's a song, I don't know if you've heard it, by Demi Lovato and Marshmello. It's called Okay Not to Be Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a song.
Yeah, that's was. Cool. It's okay not to be okay. I recommend you play it. I will go out of my comfort zone and out of the norm, and I will add it at the end of this episode. So for you people to hear it, as I used to do in the old podcasts. So yeah. Yeah.
No, that's, you know, and there was another thing that I was going to talk about, and that was my brother. I haven't seen my brother in almost a decade when he went missing. and that's another hard thing to talk about.
Missing as in like MIA, or is he like disappeared from your lives?
Like, I'm talking dark. No one's heard from him in almost a decade.
Oh, okay. So he disappeared out of your life. He's not like missing in action, and you're looking
no.
for him.
He's missing. He is missing. Like,
oh, like MIA.
Like, I'm talking. Yeah, no. Like, I'm talking like. And that's another thing I was going to talk about is like when you've been around people like I told you about my mom and my brother, and like how my mother was a drug addict and everything, and my brother went down that exact same path as her, despite all of his health issues. I really do feel like that's not talked about enough. I understand drug addiction's hard, but like my brother really did spiral, and he's been missing for almost 10 years now, and we don't know where he is or how he's doing. The last thing we honest to God know was that he was running from the cops somewhere, and he's been MIA ever since. Nobody knows nothing. And I just want to say that to whoever's listening, and if you've ever gone through something like that, it's pure hell and agony, and you'll always be in a state of limbo. That's another thing that drags me down a lot. Because I miss him, but there's nothing I can do.
Basically,
it's really hard.
I sent you the song. Basically, the song starts off feeling like a drop in the ocean that don't nobody notice. Maybe it's all just in your head, feeling like you're trapped in your own skin. Now your body's frozen, broken down, you've got nothing left. When you're high on emotion and you're losing your focus and you feel too exhausted to pray, don't get lost in the moment or give up when you're closest. All you need is somebody to say it's okay not to be okay. When you're down and you feel ashamed, it's okay not to be okay. Feeling like your life's an illusion and lately you're secluded, thinking you'll never get your chance, feeling like you got no solution. It's only because you're human, no control, it's out of your hands. When you're high on emotion and you're losing your focus and you feel too exhausted to pray, don't get lost in the moment or give up on your closest. All you need is somebody to say it's okay not to be okay. So she basically repeats that, but there is another song I want to showcase here. It's called The City Don't Care. The City Don't Care has been my companion during depression, my companion during a lot of times, a lot of hardships. Basically, I've sent you also The City Don't Care. It's basically, I've messaged Leon Els, the singer, on Instagram, and I've told him like, dude, this song is my life. I live by this song. 11 a.m. I'm just sitting here looking at me, looking in the mirror. Am I alive? Is this even real? Is it even real? That's just how I feel. People that talk on the TV screens, the only ones that will be with me, which is what I feel every night when I go to bed. It's like I have a video up. These are the people that are with me. Is this my life? Is it all a dream? Is it all a dream? That's just what it seems. Here I'm just waiting for what I don't know. This isolation won't leave me alone, won't leave me alone. The city don't care. He repeats it several times. The city don't care, no.
Yeah.
What is the point of me being here? They wouldn't know if I disappear. My life isn't the way it appears. When they looking in, no, it's nowhere near. Every day is the same old thing. This part gives me goosebumps, and I have goosebumps right now. Every day is the same old thing. All of the silence is deafening. Chemical highs just to get some peace. Just to get some peace, I just want to sleep. So the bridge is, I am an island lost in the ocean. I am just waiting for what I don't know. I am an island lost in the ocean. I'm just waiting for what I don't know. Basically, the ending is like, he says, for the city don't care, and it intertwines with like 11 a.m. I'm just sitting here. The city don't care, no. Looking at me, looking. Basically, it's like a synth wave or a disco song. It makes me feel good because it resonates with me, and it's like I relate to that song because I use chemical highs just to feel at peace with myself. Because I'm at a happy point in my life, but I still need support and comfort from, if not from people, from stuff. Basically.
That sounds like an interesting song. I'd probably check it out. The lyrics are, I don't know what to say. I feel like I would need to hear the musical background, but it does sound nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a good son.
Basically earlier, oh, well, sorry, not earlier.
No, you're alright. No, you're good.
Uh,
Did you lose
basic,
your spot?
Did not lose my spot. I was just messaging. Um,
Oh, you're fine.
yeah. So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just, just like I said, I've been through a lot between bullying and not feeling supported, and then the assault and
Yeah.
everything that happened, and
Yeah.
just all those things. And like I said, my main message is it's okay not to be okay, and you're gonna, and every trial you've been through only makes you stronger.
What doesn't
And
kill
once
you
you
makes you
realize that you
stronger.
have that strength, exactly. And once you realize that that strength's there, you'll get there,
Yeah.
And I've always tried to navigate the world the best I can, but I still struggle with it to this day, And a lot of people always thought that I would end up like my mom because I have my mother's temper, and thank God I didn't, because I lived in that environment and watched drugs destroy two people I really cared about.
Mm,
And it was really hard to build relationships with them.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't try, but just no matter what you're going through, just know that it's going to be okay, and you got this, and things do get better over time, and eventually you have to take yourself out of those situations, even
Yeah.
if, and you have to step back and set your boundaries. Literally, that's what
Yeah.
I had to do with my mom and my brother. I
Yeah.
was like, if you two can't straighten up, then you just need to leave me alone.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more to my brother. Because like I said, he was a drug addict, and cops were always showing up at my job and my home and looking for him all the time before he disappeared, and I never want to go through that shit again.
Yeah.
Never. I've been through a lot of mental stuff, and people always really thought it would have been me who would have followed her footsteps, and it really sucks being compared to your parent just because you look like them and because you have their temper, but that's the reason I stayed away. I could have, and I know that, but I
Yeah.
saw what it did and the harm it does and the destruction, so I distanced myself between me and myself as much as possible.
Yep.
Even moments when I was really low, and that's mostly when people give in to that temptation, and I refused to do so. I kept
Yeah.
telling myself I was going to keep soldiering on and live my life and stay away from it.
Yeah.
Even though it's really hard. But, but I don't have any
Yeah.
regrets about that. Just know that mental health is not a joke, and if you need help, if you need people to listen to you, just know that they're there. They're always there.
Yep.
And
All right.
if anyone feels inspired by this, just I'll be happy to know that I helped somebody else who'd ever been in a similar situation to mine.
Yeah. Basically, this episode is kind of like a relief for me because after this, after anything that like I don't care about what happens. After that, because I'm at a point where I'm like fuck it all, fuck it all. I don't give a shit anymore.
That's a great Frozen parody, sir.
Yeah.
I sing that one a lot sometimes, especially when I'm at work and I just want to flip that table and screw you all.
I mean, yeah, fair.
It's great. It's great.
Fair.
That's a great parody. I
But-
love parody.
But
Little fun fact about me, I
Yeah.
love parody.
all right, so you've all heard the Rose Vamp. You've all I want to keep talking with her because if I don't enjoy it, I would have shut it down earlier. I would have told her okay, that's all the time I have. But no, I'm trying not to go over the time cap, which is 3 hours. But I really
Yeah.
feel like I could go on forever because she
To be
is
honest, there's a lot more to this story, but I also respect your time, sir.
not only the time. No. You could go ahead and tell because I'm enjoying the talk. That's what I want to get to.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Blue.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I normally don't talk about certain things, and I kind of teared up a few times, but you had that comic relief, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because coming out with that was, to be honest, I kind of feel relieved. To be honest, in a way,
Yeah.
it's wild. That's gonna take a minute to process, though. The reality of it.
So please go follow Lil Rose Vamp. Go show her all the support.
Can I tell you a fun little thing?
Yeah,
This is short and quick, I swear. But
take your time.
at one of my old jobs, they were trying to get us to be nicer to customers and stuff.
Mm.
And I said, well, what if they really, really get to you? I said, can I just be like a cat and hiss at them? And she rolled her eyes and said, Ash, no. And I was like, dang it.
Mm.
I did try that once, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it.
It's basically I'm like a dog person usually, but like I
Aw.
feel like
You like a chihuahua?
I do speak Chihuahua. I'm not even kidding. I can bark
What?
like a Chihuahua. Yeah,
No, no. I want to hear it.
I'm doing it right now. You can't hear it, but you'll hear it in the podcast. It's like because I have like noise cancellation.
Yeah, I heard like a very faint.
Don't know if
Oh
you've
my god,
heard
that
that.
is so cute.
Yeah,
I kind of heard it a little bit more that time. That is so fucking cute.
yeah, because I had my two hands over my mic and like I'm doing it as if like you're like trying to light something. So I do speak Chihuahua, and that's a talent. Kind of like a talent.
That is a talent.
Kind of like a talent I have. It's like sometimes at work I bark and I still get my colleagues. It's like, who brought a dog to work?
I hiss at my coworkers sometimes if they're pissed me off. I'm like,
Yeah, fair. I relate. But anyways,
I do it.
thank you so much for the time again. This has been very fun. This has been very wild. This has been out of my comfort zone, and I enjoyed
Same.
it. I enjoyed it.
Blue, same. I've never talked about certain things, and it's but you've made it easy, and you're very warm and inviting and very comfortable. I'm very comfortable with you, and normally I don't get with comfortable around people that quick, but I did with you, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm very weary, like I told you, because of everything I've been through. Like with me, I have one rule: everybody gets 3. 3, you're out.
Basically,
that's like my rule.
yeah. Basically, same here. Like, warning,
Mhm.
and then action. It's like you get
Essentially,
2
yes.
warnings, and the third one is action. No matter what it's gonna take. If you're a bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. If you're a good guy,
Yeah.
I'll put you on my head and I'll carry you over. I'll carry you around. I'll take the bullet for you if you're the good guy.
Oh, that's how I feel about my friend.
Yeah.
I will be there for you through anything. You call me, you be like, "Yo, Rose, I need you." I'm like, "I'm here. What you got?"
Yeah.
I'm the type of friend I'll stay up with you till like 1 a.m. in the morning, even if I work the next
Yeah.
day. I don't give a shit.
And
I'd rather be there for you.
when we started recording this, the funny thing that you mentioned is Rose had a tornado, and I stayed with Rose on the line. We were playing headliners during her storm, during her tornado, and kind of like
You sure did.
it was kind of like a comfort, and I was happy doing that.
Yeah, no, you were definitely keeping my sanity intact that night, and I really
Sanity,
appreciate you
yeah.
for that, because I was kind of nervous about it, and and I'd send you little videos and stuff like from my front door every now and again. But we were having fun playing headliners too, and I really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate you for being there, because
Of course.
I really do.
Of course. All right.
That's fun.
Basically, this is all the time we have today. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for tuning in. I really enjoyed talking more with Rose, and please go check her out. Go follow her on on Twitch, lilrosevamp. It's basically the episode handle, like the episode title. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and Rose, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This is my first podcast I've ever done, so I was really nervous coming into it. But I'm glad I did it. I really enjoyed this. Thank you, Blue, for giving me your time as well and making this an experience I won't forget.
Pleasure is mine. I will see you guys in the next one. Please take care of yourselves, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye.